Here we go. Look at that, that's like some kind of broken bridge in... No, you got to one of these world's most dangerous roads and all the wood's broken. I've probably gone down there. Good morning folks, and welcome to this awesome start point for today's ride. Here we are at Ladybower in Derbyshire, just outside of Sheffield on the edge of the Peak District. And what an incredible place to start. So we're just heading down towards Snake Pass now, and there is a road closure actually to the right. There's a landslip, it's blocking the way to Glossop. That's not going to affect today's route. We're going to be turning left and heading back towards Sheffield. Let me tell you a little bit more about the series that we've got planned then. So you'll notice that I'm using the Kalimoto sat-nav app. Now this is a sat-nav app that's designed with motorcyclists in mind. And those people that have used it before, you'll know that one of its greatest strengths is the ability to plan routes and then to program in what kind of roads you want to ride there. So instead of just having a point-to-point fastest option that'll take you on straight roads and motorways, you can alter the setting and make it pick routes that include curvy roads, etc. Make the ride much more interesting, especially on a motorbike. But that isn't what this series is going to focus on. Instead, this series is going to focus on riding routes that have been shared by other users. So there's a function within Kalimoto. You open the app up and you click on the Rides button on the bottom, and it will automatically search for routes that have been shared by users near you. And as you expect, you can view those routes, and if you wish to, you can ride them, and it will just follow as a normal sat-nav. You do have the ability, when you select a route, to jump right in which case the app automatically reorganises the waypoints, or you can select to begin at the first waypoint that the users set when they shared it, and that's exactly what I've done today. And the idea of the series is to use Kalimoto to find routes for inspiration that other users have shared and ride those routes. So if you've shared a route to Kalimoto, you may well see your route appear, and if that's the case, thank you for inspiring me to ride these amazing roads. If there's a route that you'd like to see on the channel, then by all means put it into Kalimoto, share it in the comment section, let me know the name of it and where it starts. I'd love to ride some of the roads that you guys ride, and already I can see that the route we're riding today is going to be absolutely amazing. So you need to be a little bit careful. Roads are slightly wet, especially under these tree canopies, and we did have a frost last night. Keep the shiny side up. So today's route, I did mention earlier that reservoirs would be the theme, and today's route was called by the person that shared it Reservoir Cogs, and it's a route that I've been looking at all winter, really excited about. The sun coming out, biking season starting. Certainly looks good when you look at it on a phone screen in map view. Roads crisscrossing the Peak District, Some of the roads I've ridden before, some will be brand new today. About 140 miles in total. We start, as you've already seen, at Ladybower Reservoir, and the first leg heads up to Home Firth. Now Home Firth, for those of you that have ridden around there before, will know that that in itself is a destination, a place that's incredible for riding motorbikes. When you add that to the rest of the roads on this route, well, it's going to be superb. The route also takes in Glossop, Ashbourne, Buxton, Bakewell, and today's route was shared by a Kalimoto user that goes by the name of, I think it's Matt784. So Matt, if you're watching, thank you. You've inspired me to come and ride around the Peak District today. I can already tell, Matt, that this is going to be an amazing ride today. So thank you for taking the time to share it with us all. This route's quite tight and twisty to begin with. As I mentioned earlier, the roads are a little bit damp under the trees, just being careful. Just skirting the side of this reservoir down the valley to the right. Again, some tight, nadgery bends, which makes the riding all the more fun. Road surface is decent so far. What would Teapot say? This part of the route is really tight. Road surface not as good as what we've experienced previously on the route. Definitely more suited to adventure bikes than the Big Z. Bit of gravel there as well. Quite a steep drop in elevation down here. Road's still really tight and narrow. The road surface is poor. Definitely adventure bike territory on this loop. Certainly see where the name for this route, Reservoir Cogs, came from. As we cross over the dam. Oh, I like this a lot. The wind farm to the right. Looks like we're going to sail straight past. Oh yes, look at that. Big dip and a lovely banking left-hander at the other side of it. And we're going to go straight on this crossroads over to Home Firth. You may have noticed in addition to the vlogging setup, we've now got a screen cam, so we're back to how we had the original setup all those years ago when the channel first started. Back then, of course, was the Hero 5 Black. Today we're running a pair of Hero 10 Blacks. Both of the Hero 10s are hardwired into the bike's electrics, so we've got a USB out front for the camera on the screen. So that camera just plugs straight into that. Do need to play about with that wire actually, just to neaten that up for future. And then we've got another USB coming from under the seat. Hello, Mr. White Van. And then we've got another USB coming from under the seat, and that just plugs into a USB extender that runs through my jacket, and that powers the camera on my helmet. It just means that there's no battery changing. You're not limited to 40 minutes, 45-minute rides, which is what the GoPro batteries are worth. You're not having to charge batteries under the seat while you're riding. Just entering home first now. And with big memory cards, so we've got 256 gig memory cards in both cameras. You literally can leave the cameras rolling all day, pull off the footage later, so you're not going to miss anything. Does mean quite a bit of time editing. Well, it is only mid-March, and there was frost on the ground this morning when I left, but I am baking in here in the sunshine, sat on top of this engine. Very cool place, Home Firth. So that's the first leg of the route done. Just leaving Home Firth now, heading down towards Glossop. That car's no idea that I'm there. No idea. So this isn't the route that I'd normally take. Let's see what this looks like. It's part of the Reservoir Cogs route, of course, on Kalimoto. Watch out for sheeps. It's not too shabby a view, is it? I quite like this little detour. Oh, I do like this little detour. Look at that. I think we're just about to cross another dam wall. Probably the 4th or 5th of today so far. Lots of people fishing on the bank. Certainly worse places to be, whether you're fishing or riding a motorbike. Just the attraction of being round water, isn't it? Again, probably more adventure bike territory, but still lots of fun. Ooh. Really don't fancy that. Look at that, that's like some kind of broken bridge in... No, you got to one of these world's most dangerous roads and all the wood's broken. That's probably gone down there. This guy okay? Is he looking for a photo? Okay. Do you want a hand? I'm gonna put the bike down here and come back and... One sec. Alright.
I couldn't back it up. I came up here and I thought I'll just stop and look at the view. And I came and I thought I can't back it up, it's too heavy. I thought I'll go down there and I thought, oh no.
No.
I'll tip it over.
Yeah.
So I've just got to back it over this ridge.
Yeah. You got it? You can come back again.
Oh. See, I mean, why they call them scramblers, I don't know.
All right.
Thank you very much.
Take care. That's a good deed for today. I think we've all done that before. You take care, fella. Should I pull up there and thought, there's a nice photo opportunity there. But hadn't quite worked out his exit route. Still a gorgeous day. Middle of March, must be pushing 14-15 degrees now. This is one of those cambers you've got to be careful of, especially if to stop. Put your left foot down, there's just thin air there. Oh, that is a photo, that. I can't drive past that. So according to Kalimoto, we have 74 miles left of the route. It has been a real mix of roads, fast open, tight twisty, as you'd expect in the Peak District. Some really stunning views. Reservoir number, well, I can only guess, possibly 8. Not sure which reservoir this is. Chances are, you know, that all these reservoirs are just the same one. I'm just coming out from different angles. If that is the case, it looks amazing from every angle. That sky really is stunning today. Pure powder blue. You see the jet trails of an aeroplane up there as well. It's the only thing in it. Not a single cloud. Plenty of Evos and Imprezas out today. Gives you an idea of the kind of roads these are. Oh, and the Cass and Fiddle, that's where we are. See bikes in the Cat and Fiddle car park again. But unfortunately, the speed cameras remain. Calimoto, as part of this Reservoir Cogs route, is telling me to take the right hand turn towards Leek here. Got to say, when this route hits the open roads, it really does excel. This looks like a nice addition to this route. It's the road from Ashbourne down towards Bakewell. Be interested to see how the footage turns out today. Still playing about with my ND filters, just trying to slow down the frame rate, just to create that motion blur around the edge. Using the ND filters just to darken it so that we don't overexpose the image. Got an ND 16 on the helmet cam. shutter speed of 125th, ISO set to auto, up to a maximum of 1600. So we'll have to see how the GoPro adjusts and adapts to the changing light. Sure, it'll be fine when we're in broad daylight, in open sunlight. There's quite a lot of shadowy areas under the tree canopies. Got an ND8 filter on the screen cam. Shutter speed 250th of a second. Both cameras in 4K, 30 frames a second. And as I said earlier, I am looking forward to seeing or hearing what the external exhaust mic sounds like. Dry roads are back, folks. Summer's definitely coming. Oh yeah, look at this. Might be 16 years old, this bike, but it loves these roads. Well folks, we're getting towards the end of today's ride. Thank you to Matt784 for posting it on Kalimoto. So Reservoir Cogs, it's quite a long ride, 140 miles, real mix of roads, lots of open, fast sweeping roads such as this one. There's plenty of tight twisties too, and there's also quite a few minor roads. Just made it a little bit hard work on the ZZR. I'm definitely going to get back to riding the Peak District soon. It feels like an area of the country that you could ride around for days on end and never ride the same road twice. As always folks, thank you for joining me. It's a pleasure to have you along. And one final time, Matt784, thank you for sharing Reservoir Cogs on Kalimoto. If you enjoyed this video, please click a like. If you haven't already, click to subscribe. Lots of new content planned, including the first tour of the season. I'm going to be heading up to Scotland for Easter, as well as plenty more Calimoto rides. In the meantime, take care, look after each other and stay safe. I'll see you all again soon.